Hey guys, so I am back after being gone for way too long. I do apologize for that, but if you don't already know, I am pregnant. I'm almost 5 months pregnant, and it's really just been taking everything out of me. I've just been super exhausted and sick, so I haven't really felt up to making videos, beauty videos anyways. Haven't really put a lot of makeup on recently. I've done a few videos, but I'm a really big perfectionist and they just didn't turn out the way that I liked. So I am back though with this look, just sort of a neutral matte eye look. Everything I've used in this video is a drugstore product. So if you'd like to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. Also, this is a talk through, so it is going to be kind of lengthy. I apologize for that. I just kind of wanted to come back and talk to you guys a little bit more about certain products and the way I do certain things. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you at the end. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and first apply a primer. Now, I have never used this primer before. I picked it up today because I wanted to do full face drugstore and I don't have a drugstore primer. So this is the Sonia Kashuk Primer Base Perfecting Brightening Primer. Was about $15 at Target. I do like that it comes with a pump, and the reason I'm using this now is because since I've been pregnant, my skin type has switched over to pretty much normal. I don't really have very oily skin anymore, so I have been liking, I've actually been using the, I think it's Benefit one, but I'm not sure of the name of it. It's their brightening one, and I've really been liking it, so I decided to give this one a try. The packaging is cool in that it has a pump, but it's like really hard plastic, so it's kind of weird. It looks like a squeezy tube, but it's kind of clunky, so I don't know about that. And it is a very like watery consistency. Not watery, but it's very thin compared to most primers that I've used. If you can tell, this pregnancy has been totally making me break out. Mainly in like the hormonal areas, like my jawline and my chin, but a lot of it is just like very small bumps, which seem to be harder to get rid of than the big ones. So that kind of sucks, but I guess that's just part of the deal. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. This bottle is so disgusting because I've had it for a while, but it is in N12 Soft / Classic Ivory because I am super pale. And I have always liked this foundation even when I had very oily skin. I didn't get to use it a lot because it is more like luminous, but I always liked it, so I'm glad that now I get to use it a little bit more. And this brush is from Morphe. It is the G6, and I love this brush for applying foundation. So, since I'm just applying foundation and y'all know how to do that, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward you. Okay, now I'm going to move on to concealer, and if you do hear barking or a lot of noises, I apologize, but my neighbor's dog is going absolutely crazy, and I think they're like building a house up there. It's so freaking loud. Also, I will be sipping on this throughout the video. It's a strawberry banana smoothie from Baskin Robbins. If you haven't had one, go get you one because they are good. So I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Fair. I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes, down my nose, on my Cupid's bow, just in the normal places that you want to highlight. And I'm not trying to go for anything super crazy today. Not super natural either, but not like crazy dramatic. So just kind of an in-between look. And I freaking love this brush to do concealer. This is a brush that I ordered from eBay, but I've heard and seen reviews that it's very comparable to one of the brushes in the hair and makeup addiction line. So yeah, I really love it. It's like the perfect size. Blends out really well. Also, I do apologize if I seem out of breath. It's because I am. I am just about 5 months pregnant, and this pregnancy is kicking my butt. And yeah, it just makes me super out of breath when I'm talking, so apologize for that. Just gonna blend all this out, and I don't actually have a setting powder or like an under eye powder that I like to use under my eyes, I should say, from the drugstore. I was gonna get the e.l.f. high definition powder, but the packaging was just so big and bulky, so I didn't get it. What I do like to use, and I use the e.l.f. brush with it. Sometimes I use this one, but you can't get it at a drugstore, but it is very affordable. It's like $8 or $9. I like to use the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Cameo. Now, a lot of people were using the banana. It's very yellow toned. I like to use more of a pink tone. I just feel like it works better with my skin tone. So I just put, it has like a sifter lid, but it kind of sucks. So I just put a little bit into the cap. And I take this e.l.f. blush. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Blush brush. And I just pop it under my eyes. And pretty much wherever I've placed that concealer. Now, I'm going to move on to my brows. For my brows, I am using a fairly new product for me. This is like the second or third day that I've been using it, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but it is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe. I've heard that it's comparable to the Anastasia, why can't I think of the name? The Anastasia pencils. But I don't know, I've never used one of those. I am a dip brow girl, so I'm still trying to get used to this, but I'm going to speed up the process because it does take me forever. I might even skip through it completely, but we will see. Okay, so I did one brow already. I haven't combed through it or anything, but I've done the one brow. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And I'm sorry if this mirror is in the way, but I have to be super close when doing my brows, so. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I think the color is like perfect for my brows. I think I just like more of a bold brow. And I guess you could do that with anything. I could just push harder and make it darker, but I just don't know. I need to play with it a little bit more. I do like, though, that it comes with a spoolie. There goes the dog again. It comes with a spoolie at the end, which you will see in a minute. Okay, I may have to do some cleanup on that brow because I'm not sure how I feel about it. But anyway, here is the spoolie on the other end. I like to mainly focus it on the front of my brow because I do like the front to be a little bit lighter than the rest. Yeah, I love how one brow always turns out fine and the other one is like... So then I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. This label is completely ripped off. This is my daughter's Take on the Day eyeshadow primer by Wet n Wild Fergie. Again, I don't have a drugstore eye primer, but this one I've heard works well. She likes it, so you can pick it up just about anywhere these days, and it's only like $4 or $5, so good drugstore eye primer. And I actually had a friend once that didn't think that primer was a real thing. She thought it was like a gimmick just to try to get you to spend more money. And I do have to say, primer works, people. If you have oily lids, I used to have very oily lids, and all of my shadows creased all the time until I finally got a primer. And they don't crease anymore. So definitely if you have a problem with your eyeshadows creasing or just fading away throughout the day, try an eyeshadow primer. You can find good ones at the drugstore. They don't have to be expensive. And also, my eyes have been super watery lately, so you may see in the corners during the video that my makeup's starting to look funky, and that's why. Okay, so the look that I'm doing today is all using one palette. It is the Wet n Wild Drinking a Glass of Shine palette. I'm not sure if this is still available. I will check out, I will search the internet and I'll leave a link below if I can find it, but it is their matte palette. And I love Wet n Wild. I really like this palette. You know, I've seen so many palettes recently that are matte, like the new Kat Von D, which I really, really want, and the new, I think it's Too Faced. There's quite a few of them that I really would love to pick up, but I think you can get just as good a look with something like this, just using a few colors. I'm just using these 4 colors here, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do one eye, and then I'll come back and show you the other eye. Okay, so to start, I like to apply like a base color to my entire lid, all the way up to the brow, and this might seem a little bit dramatic, but I'm going to go in with this white. It's just a matte white, so any white will do. And I'm just going to apply this all over the lid, all the way up to the brow, like I said. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a transition shade. just to help the other colors blend better when we put darker colors on. So I'm going to use this shade here, this sort of tan skin color that says Brow Bone, on a very fluffy brush, and we're just going to put that right above the crease. And you're not going to see it a whole lot. It's mostly just there to help the other colors blend. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the next two shades. So I'm going to go in with this sort of warm tan, this eyelid shade, and we're going to apply that about a third of the way in and out to the end and up into the crease. So now that I've applied it on the lid, I'm actually going to switch to a different brush just to sort of get it into the crease a little bit better. And then we're going to go in with this dark brown crease shade color. And we're just going to barely put any on the brush because it is very pigmented. We're going to apply that to the outer corner, into the crease, and blend in. And you always want to start, especially with dark colors, with a little at a time, because if you put too much on, you can't take it off, right? So better to start small than to start with too much. You can bring this in and up as far as you want. I'm just going to keep it concentrated mostly on the outer corner. And also, you can keep it as dark or as light as you want. I'm going to add a little bit more. And you'll see that there is a lot of blending. So we just want to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines and that it all fades together seamlessly. So if that takes a lot of time, then that takes a lot of time. It's just the way makeup works sometimes. And to help blend that out a little bit better, I'm going to go back in with that Brow Bone shade that we used as a transition shade and sort of hit the upper part of that just to blend it in a little bit better so we don't have a harsh stopping point. And then I am going to go back in with the lid color and that outer corner shade one more time, just to deepen it up a little bit. And then I'm going to blend one more time. Add a little bit more white to that inner corner, and then we'll work our way down to the bottom lash line. So for the bottom lash line, I'm just going to take this brush. I'm not using anything super precise. I'm going to go in first with that darker sort of chocolate brown shade. And I have a hair in my eyeball. I'm just going to bring it down just kind of roughly right under the lash line. Just try not to get this in your eyeball. So I'm not going to put a ton of color down there. I'll add a little bit more. And then I'm going to go in with that sort of warm, nudie tan color and just put that right on top to sort of blend it in. And then I'm just going to pop a nude liner in the waterline, and for that I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl Liner in Nude. Okay, for highlight, I'm going in with this Maybelline Single Shadow in Champagne Fizz. I've had this for a while, so I'm not sure if this is still available, but just a really pretty sort of shimmery shade. I'm going to pop this into the inner corner just a little bit to bring a little bit more brightness to that inner corner. And then I'm also going to put it under the highest point of my brow. So just right there. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to mascara, and I totally forgot my eyelash curler, so I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and curled my lashes. I'm going to apply mascara now, and this is another first for me. It's not very new anymore, but I picked up the Maybelline Lash Sensational, so I'm hoping I like it. I'm usually a big Maybelline mascara fan, so we shall see. Again, sorry about the mirror if it's in the way, but you know how it is. I was going to go back to my Rocket because I love that one, but I saw this and decided to pick it up instead, and I'm thinking I probably should have went with the Rocket. Just kind of clumped together my bottom lashes. Oh well, first impression, not really sure. I gotta keep trying it. So that is the eyes done. I didn't really have... Last time I did this look, I didn't wear a lot of blush, so I think I'm going to put on a little bit, but not a ton. And for bronzer, I'm not going to contour or anything. I'm just using this. This is like an older one, so it doesn't have the name on it, but this is the e.l.f. Blush and Bronzing Powder Duo. So I'm just going to use this bronzer and just with a big brush kind of bronze up the face. Last time I used the Betty Luminizer from the Balm, and I really liked the way it looked, but this one looks okay too. This brush I'm not a fan of. This is, I think it's a BH brush, Coastal Scents, and it sheds like no other. So don't recommend the BRC N28 from Coastal Scents because it sheds very bad. So just sort of bronzing up around the perimeter of the face, into the hairline, and I will go under the chin and a little bit down the neck, just so it blends and helps to blend away my double chin. And then for blush, I have this hard candy blush that I've had for years. And I like to wear it when I'm just sort of trying to look bronzy, because it's sort of like brown and red mix. This is called Bombshell. And it just kind of looks like, you know, when you get a good tan and you're kind of like red brown. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that on, not a ton. You can see it's just sort of blending into that bronzer, so. Okay. What is with all the little hairs everywhere? And then for highlight, again, don't really have a drugstore highlighter. I have this one from e.l.f. that I got a long time ago called Spotlight, and it's like a stick highlighter. So I just kind of like rub my fingers in it to warm it up, and then just sort of put it on the tops of my cheekbones. It's not anything super dramatic. Actually, I may go in with that highlight that we use in our eyes and put a little bit of that on top, because really you can use whatever you want for anything. So going in with that Maybelline shadow, just right on top. I'm gonna put a little bit on the tip of my nose and Cupid's bow. And we're almost done. With this look, in my opinion, because it's pretty neutral and matte, you could really do whatever you wanted for your lips. I'm just going to go with a pink, more of a springy summer shade. This is called I Pink You're Cute from L'Oreal, just a bright pink. I swear I have like the worst case of dry lips known to man. It's horrible. And then to hide that a little bit, I'm just going to apply this Essence lip gloss in Nude Candy. This is supposed to be a dupe for, I think it's NARS Turkish Delight. Alright, so that is the end of this tutorial. I'm sorry that it was so long. I just felt like I wanted to do a talk through this time, so hopefully you guys stuck around to the end. If you did, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I won't be gone for forever again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.